What if I told you that the chair you're sitting on, the device you're watching this on, your very own hands and aren't truly solid? What if reality itself is a choice, made from an infinite menu of possibilities, moment by moment? For centuries, humanity has looked to the heavens, to ancient texts, and into the depths of our own souls, searching for a sign, a blueprint, a divine plan. We've called it by many names: God, Brahman, the Tao, the great architect. But today, in the sterile silence of our most advanced laboratories, we are finding something that validates those ancient whispers. The ancient mystics and our most brilliant quantum physicists are arriving at the exact same terrifying and exhilarating conclusion. We live inside a divine code. And the language of this code is the universe itself. Stay with me, and together we will journey into the heart of this mystery. We will pull back the curtain on reality, decode the language of creation, and glimpse the very mechanism that turns possibility into existence. What you are about to hear is not a theory, but a revelation hiding in plain sight. You will see the hand of God, not in a burning bush, but in the ghostly dance of a single particle. The music swells slightly and transitions into a more rhythmic, investigative tone. Visuals shift to CGI animations of atoms and subatomic particles. To understand the code, we must travel to a place so small it defies all logic, a place where the familiar rules of our world crumble into dust. Welcome to the quantum realm. Everything you see, everything you are, is built from atoms. But what are atoms made of? Electrons, protons, neutrons, and what are they made of? We dive deeper and deeper until we arrive at a place that isn't a place at all, a seething, ghostly realm of pure potential. Here, particles are not tiny, solid balls. They are shimmering waves of probability. Imagine a ghost that is everywhere and nowhere at the same time. That is a particle before it is observed. Now this is where the code reveals its first staggering secret. In the famous double-slit experiment, scientists fired single particles, one by one, at a barrier with two slits in it. If they were solid pellets, you'd expect to see two simple lines on the detector screen behind the barrier. But that's not what they found. They found an interference pattern, a series of many lines, which is the signature of a wave interfering with itself. But how could a single particle fired alone interfere with itself? The only possible answer is that the particle did not go through one slit or the other. It went through both slits at the same time, as a wave of possibility. It existed in a state of superposition. But here is where the hand of the divine reaches into our world. The physicists, baffled by this, decided to place a detector at the slits to see which one the particle actually went through, and the moment they looked, the moment they observed, everything changed. The interference pattern vanished. The particle, as if caught in the act, suddenly behaved like a solid pellet, chose a single slit, and created a simple two-line pattern. The universe, it seems, holds its breath until it is seen. It waits for a witness. The very act of observation, of gaining knowledge about the particle's path, forced it to collapse from an infinite wave of potential, represented mathematically as the wave function Packard's, into a single, concrete reality. This isn't philosophy. This is the bedrock of quantum mechanics. Reality is not a fixed, objective thing sitting out there. It is a dynamic, participatory event. The universe is a canvas of infinite potential, and the brushstroke that paints our reality is the act of observation. But who or what is the observer? But the next part will surprise you even more, because this divine code isn't just about single particles making a choice. It's about a connection that defies all the rules we thought we knew. A connection so profound that Albert Einstein himself called it spooky action at a distance. It's a phenomenon called quantum entanglement. Imagine two particles, born from the same event. They are now cosmically linked, forever. You can separate them, send one to the edge of the galaxy, and keep the other here on Earth. The moment you measure a property of the particle here, say its spin, you instantly know the spin of its twin billions of light years away. Instantly, faster than the speed of light. It's as if they are not two separate things, but two parts of a single entity. communicating across the void in a language that knows no distance and no time. This isn't a theory. It's been proven again and again. What does this mean? It's a whisper across the cosmos, a hint that at the deepest, most fundamental level of reality, everything is interconnected. The separation we perceive, between you and me, between us and the stars, is an illusion. We are all part of a single, entangled cosmic web. Ancient mystics understood this. The Hindu concept of Indra's net describes a celestial net where, at every intersection, there is a jewel that reflects every other jewel in the net, ad infinitum. We are not just in the universe, we are the universe experiencing itself. Every action, every thought, every observation ripples across this cosmic net. This universal connection, this cosmic entanglement, isn't just a ghostly secret of the subatomic. It leaves its fingerprints all over our world, in patterns of breathtaking beauty. What comes next may change how you see the sky, a flower, or even your own face in the mirror forever. Because the divine code has a favorite number, a signature. You see it in the spiraling arms of galaxies and in the terrifying elegance of a hurricane. You see it in the arrangement of petals in a rose, the seeds in a sunflower, and the perfect logarithmic curve of a nautilus shell. It's a number known as phi, the golden ratio, approximately 1.618. This ratio is an expression of a mathematical sequence called the Fibonacci sequence, where each number is the sum of the two preceding ones. This isn't coincidence. It is the universe's most efficient way to build, to grow, to create. It is the mathematical echo of the code that underpins everything. But the code doesn't just use numbers, it uses geometry. Look at a snowflake, a bolt of lightning, the branches of a tree, the veins in your own body. They all follow the same principle: fractals. A fractal is a pattern that repeats itself at every scale, from the infinitely large to the infinitely small. A tree branch looks like a smaller version of the tree. A river delta mirrors the veins in a leaf. Our world is built on these repeating self-similar patterns. It is the code executing a simple set of rules over and over again, creating the breathtaking complexity we call nature. From the ghostly choice of a single particle to the grand architecture of a galaxy, the same divine logic is at play. It's a universe of elegant, simple rules, spun out into infinite, beautiful complexity. It's the ultimate work of art. We've seen the code in the unseen world of the quantum, and we've found its signature in the grand designs of nature. But there's one more layer to this mystery, one so profound it touches the very nature of time and destiny. The next revelation uncovers a secret very few people know. We experience time as a river, flowing from a fixed past, through the fleeting present, and into an unknown future. But what if that, too, is an illusion? In the mathematics of quantum mechanics, time is not a one-way street. Equations work just as well running backward as they do forward. From the perspective of the universe, of the divine code itself, there may be no past, present, or future. There is only a single, timeless now. This is the idea of the block universe, a theory that suggests that all of time, every moment that has ever been and ever will be, already exists, simultaneously. Imagine time not as a river, but as a frozen landscape. We, with our limited consciousness, are like a lone traveler with a flashlight moving through this landscape, illuminating one moment at a time, creating the illusion of passage, of flow. But the entire landscape, from the Big Bang to the final whisper of the cosmos, is already there. It is a finished tapestry, a cosmic scroll already written. This idea is terrifying because it calls into question the very nature of free will. Are we making choices, or are we simply playing out a role that was written into the code from the very beginning? Are our lives, our loves, our struggles just echoes in a pre-written symphony? If the entire script of time is already written in this divine code, then what is our role? Are we merely actors reading lines in a pre-written play? Or are we something more? Are we the consciousness that gives the code meaning? The observer that turns the ghostly potential of the script into the living reality of the performance? The answer to that is perhaps the greatest secret of all.